we're going to be recapping Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 13. Welcome to Voices of Reality. I'm Farron. This is
Elisa.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so, please do so because we have more tea to discuss. Continue to like, comment, and click that notification button to know when we are uploading new videos.
Yes.
So let's get right into the tea because this was actually a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy. So Kenny and Drew talking about Sonya's high school party. That's what Drew said. It was so high school and bootleg. The party she did for Sheree at her house. I mean, it was low budget, but it was again.
It was a low budget. I probably would comment on with my other mutual friends. I probably would say a little shade or whatever, but I wouldn't be on some like real like offended or like talking dirty about it. I'd be like, girl, them Dollar General cookies and favors. Like I would have said something kind of like humorous and like little shade, but nothing like harmful to hurt anybody.
My thing is, if you're doing decorations, if it's something at your house, because again, her invite was more to get everybody excited for in a pre-event for Jamaica. That's how I see it. If I was doing something like that, I would have maybe hired someone to make the house festive.
Absolutely.
We're getting ready to go to Jamaica. That's one. Then you incorporate Sheree's birthday, which again, I felt that was sucking ass. Sheree should have been left out of it because this again should have been about Sonya and getting ready for Jamaica.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something like that and be that cheap, don't be cheap with the food because them patties look like them patties from the corner store. So
yeah, Dollar General.
Yeah, like what Kenya said, they were dry. So if you're going to have cheap decoration, don't have cheap food. Can't have cheap food and decoration.
Yeah, and especially for high maintenance women.
Yeah, so I guess now she kind of know who and the crowd she's dealing with because she really upped it up in Jamaica. But again, if you're going to invite somebody from the first time in your house, that's the impression you're going to get. But she did do a nice gathering for them. Remember when they had the food, they were cooking and stuff like that. Her mom was there. It wasn't at her house, but that seemed like a nice event. You remember that?
Yeah, that she made all of them cook. It was okay. I wouldn't want to come there under the pretenses that you're giving me a Jamaican, festive, dinner and I'm doing the cooking. I wouldn't have felt that part.
Yeah, if you're inviting me to your house and I'm looking cute and I got my cute shoes and my cute outfit and you didn't tell me where I'm not gonna cook, I'm not gonna be happy because a lot of times you go to these places, you're hungry already and you expect to eat. Now I gotta cook and wait an hour.
And I gotta work. I gotta come there and work and be cooking and getting all like dirty and smelling like food, that onions, chopping them up. No.
At least let me know, like, oh, I'm inviting you guys over. Let's do a cooking event.
And then I would know to come late.
Exactly, or not go at all. But but again, they were right. It was bootleg. So they had a scene with Sonya and her husband working out. I thought that's cute seeing them work out together. Like, they're into fitness. They both look good. They're both athletes. So it was nice seeing them working out. And they had, I guess, her brother-in-law who's their trainer. So it seems like the whole family's into fitness. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and they live in the same house. I didn't even know the trainer, the brother-in-law, she got a built-in brother-in-law / trainer in the house. So, I mean, that's good, I guess.
Yeah. So then the next thing was Drew and her husband. They were talking about, Ralph, I saw a different side of Ralph. I was like, okay, maybe I like him this.
Oh, no, I didn't like that scene. You like that scene?
Oh, he was making fun of her wig?
Oh, yeah, that part. Okay, I thought you meant when he started going into the book. But
no, when he was making fun of her wig. So you kind of saw the friendship, the jokester in him and her. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, he was talking about the book about adopting Drew's son. But after talking about a biological father, he felt that, it probably wouldn't be the best thing to adopt the son, which I get. After speaking to the biological father, if he's like, look, I don't want you to adopt my kid, I'm going to try to be the best dad I can. Why adopt? I mean, you should be able to understand that the biological father is there and probably telling Ralph, no, don't adopt my kid.
I just don't like the way Ralph is going about like things with the book. To speaking to the father without, like, to me, I just feel like he treats Drew like a side piece or something. Like, I just don't feel like he treats her like a wife. Like, you know how you keep a side piece, you don't keep them in the know of your life, what's going on. They just come in to get the dick. I just feel like that's the benefit of their relationship. It just seemed like the dick, or maybe like just having a warm body there. Because I just don't think like he keeps her like out of the loop, even with her own child. That's crazy to me. When he started talking to her, I don't know how she's able. To me, I just feel like like Ralph is a good looking man, and I just think she's in awe of that. Like, she actually married like a really good looking man. They got the whole American dream going on. Like, I just think that is what the image is what matters most to Drew. Like, just having a warm body and a good looking man. But the way he treats her is just like crazy to me. He's writing a book about her kid that he's not adopting. He didn't even tell her that he's writing a book, is keeping her out of the loop. The book is finished. He don't feel like he needs to tell her anything. And she's like, okay, like she knew it was weird. Like, she knew that was unusual, not normal, but she just like keeps her composure. I don't know. Like, I guess maybe that's what they say about Black women. We fly off the handle, because that would have been the moment I would have flew off the handle.
Well, I definitely agree that she's very into, like, oh my God, I married this good looking man. He's financially supportive. She's into her marriage. And I mean, she's also very into not religion, but God and stuff like that. And she's one of these women, I think, that's sometimes submissive to her husband. Kind of like, oh, I'm the wife. He's the husband, especially when she told Sonny that, oh, that's your job to have a baby for your husband. That's a whole different topic. But it seems like she didn't know about the book and found out through conversation with her. Like, oh, you're writing a book? Because she told her mother in one of the episodes that he was writing a book. She didn't know that.
Yeah.
So how are you married, sleep on the man, like you said, getting the dick? How often are you getting? He's writing to write a book takes time. You don't just write a book in a day. You have quiet time. You have time to yourself. Some people take years, months to write a book. When is he writing this book and you're not noticing? Like, oh, honey, you've been on the computer a lot. And here he is typing away. Like, when did he have this time to write this book and not tell her? And she didn't notice that my husband's been typing away or writing away, and there's no communication. You're writing a book, and my child is part of this book. Now, her child being part of this book, I don't know if he's going to go into detail about the kid, or if he's going to talk about his experience as a stepdad, which I think that's the way it seems like he's going to base this book on.
But that's the point. She don't even know.
That's the thing. You don't know. Because then the publicist shows up and they would talk about some excerpts from the book, and they didn't even want to involve in it. If Drew said her feeling was hurt, not being included in the process, she wasn't included in the process.
And that's what I'm saying. It's okay to be, submissive to your husband, but as long as like there's a mutual respect there. Like, it just seems like he does not give her that respect. Like, he just takes advantage of her being submissive, and like to a fault, she's being submissive. Like, to me, it's just crazy.
I just wonder if he's going to input things in the book that later when it comes out, she'll be like, why did he put that in there? Like, I didn't know you felt this way. Why would you? Like, for me, if I'm in this spotlight and you're writing a book of being a stepdad, my kid might be in it. You're probably going to mention me. You're probably going to mention my ex-husband. I don't know what you're going to put. Let me read this book first and let me see what you got in there. Because I'm going to be like, look, I don't really feel comfortable. That situation you had with Josiah, whatever his name is, I don't think you should really mention that situation that happened between you and him. This is kind of private. Oh, no, that situation, my ex-husband, don't mention that. Like, I'm not going to have rewrite the book, but there might be certain things I may not want you to put in the book that would affect my child, my biological kid. So again, it is a book that's going to be there forever. maybe when my kid gets older, I might not want him to read that you had doubts about adopting. I don't want him to read that you wasn't sure if you were going to be like, maybe there might be things she may not want in that book.
And that's the
So
thing, that she is not like, to me, it's like she is concerned and she is worried about those things you just said. But to me, all that matters to her is having and keeping Ralph happy and making sure like she don't rock the boat. Like that's all that even when it comes to her own kid. And I know so many women like that, that it's like their main concern is having a man, having that imagery. They don't care if they getting beat behind closed doors or like
cheated
things
on.
that are crazy. It's like they want to keep them skeletons contained. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to do nothing. But as long as they have the whole American dream look, but nothing. But it's like that's her kid. Like, why are you not like protecting your kid, making sure there's nothing in there that could make him feel bad later on, or maybe the father. Like he's so concerned about not adopting the kid. Who knows what he put in there about the father?
Exactly. That would later affect the kid.
Yeah, and the father that he's so concerned about that he don't want to adopt the kid. And I don't understand if he's talking to the father. Like I don't get he's talking to the father about the adoption. Why aren't you talking to this father about being a father? Like he has this great
Yeah,
relationship.
I
So
don't
I don't get
understand
it.
that either.
Yeah, something's missing. That's what I'm saying. Like Drew is just so wrapped up into keeping a man and to making sure that she got him, comfy at nights. And he's like, and who knows, he's going to Florida on these mysterious trips. He might not even be home some nights. So I just feel like the last thing, she's one of those women that if they were to ever divorce, she would probably go into like a deep depression. Like,
If he leaves her.
yeah, because he would have to, she ain't never gonna leave him, no matter if he cheats, no matter what he does. But I just think she would be the type that she has to have a man. She has to have him. And she's not gonna do anything to rock that boat.
So Ralph may also know that there's things in that book that Drew may not particularly like. And that's why he don't want to read them to get published. Maybe he's like, this is my story to tell. Whatever I want to put in there, I'm going to put in there. I don't even need you reading it and revising and updating it and changing it. So let it be published. And by that point, you can't do anything. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
And I think she could. I think she could do something, but he knows how she is and she's not.
Yeah.
Imagine your husband telling you that he's going to write a book about your kid and not like, to me, how is he like what you're saying? He's not going to let her in on it until after it's done. Once you let me know that the book is in motion, if I got to get my attorneys on your ass as my husband, I'm going to do what I got to do, because you ain't getting that. That book is not going out without me looking over it first. And he must know how Drew is and how submissive and doormatish she is, because he knows like what I say goes. You ain't reading that book about your son until it's out in the public. Until the public reads it, then you'll read it. Now go sit down.
Yeah, if we had women like us, we would be part of the process. Right?
Exactly.
I need to be right there writing with you.
How you gonna talk about that? They're gonna continue writing it and tell me I'm still not. And then she's shutting up about it.
And bye-bye when the publicist comes in there, he's like, I'm not. And she didn't do anything. So, I mean, this is the book he's writing. And again, him not adopting the son, like I think you had mentioned, we don't know how that's affecting the kid. Because God forbid something does happen to Drew, those other kids are not biologically his. That deadbeat dad could just be like, look, I want to take this kid away from him. And, she's probably thinking about a lot of stuff like that. But we'll see when this book comes out. I'm not going to read it, but we'll see if
I'm definitely not.
any smoke. If it brings any smoke on Drew's side. But I don't.
She'll think that she's not gonna like, but she's gonna shut up about it. Like it'll be a one-day argument, and she'll get over it, just like everything else. She still don't know where he was in Florida.
No, she don't. Neither do we. So, next scene was Sonia picking everyone up for Jamaica. Watching this trip, I was like, I want to go away. Watching that scene, like everybody getting ready, excited. I've been to Jamaica before. I want to go away. Watching it made me want to travel.
It makes me want to go. I love Jamaica. I'm always there every year. more than once, twice a year, and I'm
Wow.
down with going. All them things that they did, that's me. Except for the going running and relays and stuff. No.
The outfit. So they were what? Marlo invites a florist.
And then got nerve to talk about Kenya not bringing anybody. Like I could scrape up somebody too on the corner, or like hugging a florist. Like really?
I mean, if they just said, "Oh, Marlo's friend," but why they kept saying Marlo's florist? Why does she? What the hell is Marlo doing for florist? He's a florist, but I didn't like. Couldn't you just be, "Oh, this is my friend"? Like,
yeah, but I think that's the camera. You know, the editors being shady because they know that probably is really her florist and her friend, but it's probably like her friend, you know, more so than the florist. But of course, they're gonna be shady.
Doing for florists, but anyway. But this is the part I was like, huh? She said that and she invited the florist, and it's better than bringing some dick. I said, Marlo got some issues. You on an island like that, and you think bring your friend is better than bring dick. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, Marlo. Kenya didn't have a guest. She made her some lame excuse about something that happened. I can't remember what she said now.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she was supposed to bring her cousin or aunt or something, like a cousin. And something happened with the cousin. I think the cousin got COVID or something like that.
No, I'm surprised she didn't bring Brooklyn.
I know. Or to have the nanny fly in with Brooklyn. True.
So on the way to their room, she meets this man on the way to the their room and asks him to join them for dinner. He was cute and young.
He was too young, but he was cute.
He not a good match for Kenya, but hey, she was trying to get her groove back in Jamaica.
Yeah, never know.
So Sheree asks. So now they're, I guess, the next scene after they see their room and everything else. Everyone liked their rooms. Everyone's very impressed with the hotel. Mm-hmm. They all decided to go to dinner.
The dude that Kenya met came to pick her up at the hotel.
Yeah, he came to pick her up, and they went to dinner. He showed up at
dinner. Which I thought that was a good sign. I like how he came to the hotel to pick her up, do the whole, like, that was nice. I think she brought him inside her hotel, and then she brought him as like a date, and they went on to dinner with the rest of the group, and they started kind of like grilling him.
Yeah, they started grilling him. He seemed pretty nervous. And then the dinner went to Drew asking Ralph about the book, where it led to discussion about him adopting I forgot the son's name.
Yeah, I think it is Josiah.
Drew's son. And Marlo goes off. She didn't feel that decision was right. How could he not be adopting the son? How do you go from saying you're adopting a kid and you're not adopting a kid? And Kandi goes off. Kandi says your situation. So Kandi basically saying you're the one to talk. You're getting rid of you're abandoning your two nephews, and you're judging this man on him not adopting his Drew's son. So Marlo goes off, and she just says, your situation is weird. You have a mother that comes before your man.
And she just started going in on Todd, with Todd sitting right there. Like, to me, it was just like, Marlo was way wrong for that. Like, and I get what Kandi's saying, because I would have said the same thing too, in defense, not only in defense of, Ralph and Drew, because I don't agree with Ralph either. But that's not your place. That's for Drew to deal with. That's not your place to start grilling him when you have the same situation and you actually threw your nephews out. So I probably would have said something too, like, hold up. Because Ralph wasn't really saying anything. They answering, they being so nice, calm, collected, like, and it was like.
So wait a second. Drew, did you know that?
He did make the decision that he wanted to adopt Josiah, but he had a conversation with Josiah's biological father, and that conversation led him to feel uneasy about moving forward because Jota's biological father has expressed that will break his heart. It's hard. Like, one day you're a parent, you're all in, the next day.
So I'm like, how are you gonna adopt me then you're not? I was a foster child. There's not that many foster moms that make you feel loved as much as their children. So I don't want JoJo growing up thinking, oh, he loves his other two more than he loves me. It's hitting too close to home for me.
Really, Marlo? Are you serious? So I would be the same way Kenya was. Not Kenya, Kandi.
So Marlo went on to say you took care of your man, but looking at the situation now when Kandi jumped in, I was like, yeah, Kandi, you go on. But
I'm sorry. It's just weird to me that you going so hard about it. When you yourself are going through your own situation.
I thought you would be hurt.
But then when I thought about it, why didn't I don't know if I would have. I don't know how close Drew and Kandi are, but I don't know. It would be based on my relationship with Drew at that time if I would have intervened and said something to Marlo, because Drew was talking to Ralph. Ralph was being nice, but that was a situation for them to handle. That was their situation. That was Marlo attacking them. Drew always act like she about it. She from Detroit or wherever she from. Let her check Marlo. Let them check Marlo. Kandi jumped in, intervened, said what she said, and then Marlo went off. Marlo was totally wrong. Totally wrong. But I'm just wondering at that moment, should Kandi have jumped in or not and said anything? At that particular moment, I was on Kandi's side, like, yeah, Kandi, tell Marlo about herself. But then when Marlo later on in episodes, it was kind of like, look, I was having this conversation with them, telling how I felt. Why did you feel you needed to jump in and intervene?
But why isn't that a legitimate question? Like, okay, you questioning him. So tell me why you kicked your nephews out, because you're in the same situation. Are you saying that because it's relatable and maybe you feel some kind of empathy? I would question it. And Kandi's right to have that question. I would. Like, I would absolutely, if that was me and it was mutual friends and we added, I'm not going to do it to a stranger. I still might question it to a stranger, because me and how inquisitive I am on everything, I would absolutely question it. Like, wait a minute, like, you kind of in the same situation. Like, do you see it as wrong what he's doing because you did the same thing? Like, why are you questioning him like this? Like he's doing something wrong. So I absolutely agree with Kandi. It should be questioned.
Yeah, because Marlo went too hard on Ralph. Like, she was attacking the man, not even questioning him. She was attacking him. That's where I was like, okay, she's going a little bit too hard. And then here goes Todd after Marlo saying all this stuff about Kandi taking care of a man and, financially take care of this man. And Todd said, you brought your way into the circle. None of them was your friend. So Todd got the tea, because remember, Todd was a producer on that show. He got the tea. Mm-hmm. So when he made that statement, I believe it. Marlo probably did pay her way into that, being part of that cast or a friend of the show.
I don't think she did, though. Like, I don't think, and they were saying that afterwards, like when Marlo was on Watch What Happens Live, she said to Andy, she was like, Andy, can you tell me, did I buy my way in? I don't think she bought her way in. I do think she got in by way of Nene and whoever else, but I don't think she was paying her way in, no.
So why did Todd make that statement?
I don't know. I honestly think, some people don't really have like a comeback and they try to like just throw anything out there to see if it sticks, like just to make it stick, to make it to question, make people have like doubts about you. But I don't think so. She always says on a lot of the interviews and stuff that I've seen with Nene and with Marlo always gives, although her and Nene aren't as close, she always gives Nene her props and gives her that respect to say, Nene put me on and she put so much money in my pocket. So she can't ever like throw dirt on her. Yes. And I know a lot of that money that she's talking about in her pocket has to do with Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, because she's
so I don't wish when it comes to like her buying her way in, I don't believe that.
Got you. Okay.
I can see him saying like you riding people's coattails and stuff like that, but paying her way in, no.
Got you. All right. So then Todd was just talking nonsense. So Marlo said to Kandi, bitch, you're only known in Atlanta. Kandi was like, what? Bitch, I'm worldwide.
Okay.
Only known in Atlanta.
Hey, you know that ain't true.
I'm worldwide. What the
Okay. She let her know.
Now, What do you think of Kandi's statement saying she worldwide?
I think it's true. Like I do think like a lot. Like she said, you go to. I don't know if she said it there or was it on Watch What Happens Live. And she was like, if you go to Japan and you play the jukebox, I think they was in Africa, matter of fact, or wherever they were, China, they was somewhere else. I don't know if it was on the show. And she was like, the songs that they was playing were songs that she wrote. So I do think that maybe Kandi Burruss, people think because her name may not be worldwide, but a lot of those hits that she made with, Beyonce and whoever else music that she wrote. Yeah, TLC. That's what I was thinking of. Like she's a hit maker.
Now, okay. Now, when you said that makes more sense. Because when she said, "Bitch, I'm worldwide," I was like, Kandi, if you go somewhere now, not everybody's gonna know who the hell you are. But
they know those songs, though, and those checks. She's getting checks for life.
Yeah,
like
so
big checks.
Music. When you say music, you're right. She is worldwide. You got a lot of her music. We don't probably even know Kandi wrote them.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much music that she's a part of that I don't even know. But I'm sure when I'm playing out, rocking out on the elliptical or in my car, I'm sure Kandi's behind a lot of that music that she's getting checks from.
Probably even till now.
Definitely so. She's getting paid from all of that music up until her kids' generations will get paid.
Yeah. So then she's credited that then worldwide. Because at first I was like, if you go somewhere, people not gonna know who you are. But musically, you're right. She is worldwide. Mm-hmm. So and then Kenya's date ran out of there.
You're gonna get here in New York that she wasn't known. Did John go home? Did John leave? John said this. John went to his room. John said, "I'm gone."
Yeah, that would have turned me off. He wouldn't have got a call from me after that.
Hell no. You can't even stay for a little bit of woman drama.
Exactly. If it gets a little thick in here, that tells me you a little punk ass. And I don't deal with punk asses. That's one thing. When I see a little, sissy behavior in you, you definitely get cut.
And the thing that kind of was crazy is he left. I don't think he even said anything, but it was just women arguing. It was if you a brawl and it was a bunch of men. It was just
yeah. And I could see if he whispered to me come on, let's get out of here, let's go to the beach or something like that. That's what he should have done. But for you to just skate on out of there, it was make a beeline to the door and don't even tell me. Oh, it would have been. He would have never. I would have deleted and not deleted. I would have blocked him.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. He could have said, "Ken, well, there's a lot of arguing here. Let's go."
I'm used to dealing with gentlemen, so
yeah. But you're right. You could have offered her to leave together, not just
yes. A lot of men. I mean, I've had good men and stuff like that do stuff like that. I've had the little punk asses like him too. And like I said, I blocked them because you will never get it. Because that tells me if things get a little heated, I might have to be the one to stand up for both of us. I don't like punk asses. You better man up.
Exactly. Like Sonya's husband.
What? Girl, we're going to talk about that.
He's my favorite house husband.
Okay, can you please give me my props? Because you were saying that you was not feeling that or feeling him. And I was saying, I like a man's man.
Yes. That we'll talk about that. But that I am. Yes. He's number one on my list.
That's what Todd should have did. He should have stood up at that table and went ham on Marlo. I know not physically. That was whack. He flopped.
Kandi did more than Todd, but Todd don't come. Somebody from New York. He's from New York, right? I'm like, Todd.
And the Bronx.
He's from the Bronx.
The boogie down. Yes, he's from the Bronx. The boogie down. Rat infested. Don't come at me, Bronx people. But it's hardcore in Bronx, okay? He grew up in the slums of the Bronx.
Well, not. I mean, but you gotta look at Todd, Kandi, and Sonya. Kandi can hold on. Sonya can't. We need to talk about that.
That's true too. That's true too. But
Kandi don't need Todd.
No, she kind of did because she was just like, I don't take care of no man. That wasn't enough for me. I would have went in on Marlo being single. You don't even got a man here. You bringing your florist here. I would listen. Todd should have piggybacked on. That's what me and my husband would have done. Okay, if you get to that stage, because that's the type of husband I would choose. You know, if I were married, me and him gonna be a team. I don't care if it's a woman. He gonna do exactly in a way, not exactly what Sonya's husband does and capable of doing, but it's gonna be the same type of team effort.
It has to be done in a way where it don't come off too bitchy too. It has to be, I think with Todd and Kandi, the way Todd said his little thing and Kandi, it was good because I think
that was stupid.
I don't think Todd tried to go for Marlo, but
but Marlo initiated this attack. Like once you initiated, I'm not saying he should get up and start beating or put hands on her. No, but I do think that he should have said something. You don't have to be disrespectful, but I would have definitely went in on her, bringing her florist. She has such a lot of shots he could have took at her. Not just her, Kandi too. I think she went, she was basically, Kandi was more in defense mode about, I'm worldwide. I don't take care of a man. I don't take care of my mom. I don't take care of it. Like, you can't, I'm not about going on a defensive for myself. I go on the attack. Okay? Yeah. That's what you gotta learn how to do. I'm not defending myself. I don't care what you say about me, my mama, my man, say that. But now, the door has been open for me to throw shots at your glass house.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Marlo did win this round.
Yeah, like she was going off on her man, her mama, everybody. And then it was like she's throwing all these shots and like Kandi's just just trying to be on the defensive. No, that's when she did say a couple of things like, you don't got a husband. Because Marlo had the nerve to say, I wouldn't do this with my husband. You don't got a husband though. So Kandi did make reference to that, but man, oh man, I would have went the F off up in there. She would have been crying when I was done with her.
Todd too should have, because she did bring Todd and Zane into it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so once you initiate the attack, I have to respond. Like, don't come at me and then think I'm not supposed to come back because I'm a man.
But she brought Todd into it. So Todd should have really said more. They didn't. But that is all for this episode. So thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for our other videos where we talk about Sonya's husband. Eventually, we're going to talk about him. So please continue to watch, subscribe, like, and comment. How do you feel about Ralph not telling Drew about the book? What would you have done if your husband did tell you he was writing a book about a child? Should Ralph adopt her child? Should Kandi have gone hard on Marlo? Was Kandi right for responding to Marlo? Should Todd have told Marlo about herself? Comment, and we will respond.
Yes.
Thank you, and bye.
Bye-bye. Toodles.